When I hear people say that America is a country that offers social mobility, and that, like, if you're poor, you can, like, rise up, that's probably the biggest crock of shit I've ever heard. And I'll tell you why. In America, unless you have connections, unless you have a massive amount of support, both financial and moral, you're not going to make it. Because the school system is like a war zone in America, okay? It is a war zone. You might make it out alive in the American school system. You might not. You might get killed. You might not. It's a gamble. When you get out of the system, you're most likely going to work at a job. If you work for somebody else, you're never going to be super wealthy, okay? And if you want to make your own company, it's not that simple, actually. Running a company is very, very painful and difficult. And even if you have support, it's complicated. And now you have to take into account that other people will try to use you and try to ride on your coattails if you succeed. And they'll be jealous of you. You will have a lot of enemies. And it's a scam when, people say, oh, you can always go to college. And that's not true. Because low-income schools do not have access to scholarship information. And even if they do, the guidance counselors don't care about the students. They're not going to help you get those scholarships. Their offices are usually full of losers who are either like drug addicts or they're prisoners or rapists who like being destructive. There are people that just genuinely like being destructive. And they don't want to learn. They don't want to change their life. They're just hell-bent on being as destructive as possible. Okay? So you have to deal with those kinds of like low IQ monsters, right? And there's no room for smart people and helping smart people anymore. So what happens is they fall through the cracks if they're, in a low income setting. If you don't get access to those scholarships, you can't pay for college. Who's going to pay your bills? People say, oh, get a job. Please. So you're telling me to literally somebody should focus on a full course load, work multiple jobs, be in extracurricular activities, try to, maybe get some grant money or anything at all. They'll have a mental breakdown. You can't expect somebody. That's like working like 5 jobs at the same time. That's ridiculous. It's impossible. Because even after that, they have to immediately start working when they graduate. That is literally a formula for a mental breakdown. What kind of sick system is this? America is a horrible country. And people say social mobility, is the land of opportunities. That's a crock of bullshit. Most people here work a 9 to 5 and they're basically just trying to put food on the table. If they have the money to pay for a table. What kind of scam is that? America is the land of opportunity. No, it's not. No, it's not. There are plenty of people. If you take into account systemic racism, sexism, ageism, nationalism. America is a very nationalistic country. It's very nativist. It's like, it's my land. It's not yours. It's my land. There's Islamophobia, homophobia, anti-Semitism. The list goes on and on and on and on. It's not what you think it is. America is the opposite end of what you think it is in the movies. People display America like it's like, oh, this rich country. There are plenty of people dying on the streets. What the hell are you talking about? No, I don't like giving credit where it hasn't been earned. Like if you want to get an A on an exam, you have to earn that credit. The same thing goes for the reputation of a country. If you want that reputation, you have to earn it. And if you have not earned that reputation, then you should not be given that reputation. You see what I mean?